Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Debugging is a critical skill for any programmer, as it allows you to identify and fix issues in your code. Here's a comprehensive tutorial on debugging like a pro, complete with code examples. 1. Understanding debugging. Debugging is the process of identifying, isolating, and fixing problems, bugs, in your code. Bugs can arise from syntax errors, logical errors, runtime errors, or even unexpected behavior due to external factors. 2 common types of bugs. Syntax errors, mistakes in the code that violate the grammar of the programming language, example missing a semicolon. Runtime errors, errors that occur while the program is running, example dividing by 0. Logical errors, the program runs without crashing, but produces incorrect results, example incorrect calculations. 3 Debugging techniques. A. Reading error messages. When your code fails, the error messages provided by the compiler or interpreter are often your first line of defense. They can point you to the line number and type of error. Example asterisk. Python. Def divide, a, b. Return a/b. Result equals divide, 5, 0, this will raise a 0 division error. Error message asterisk. 0 division error, division by 0. B. Print statements. Using print statements is a straightforward way to check the flow of execution and the values of variables at various points in your code. Example asterisk. Python. Def calculate underscore average, numbers. Total equals sum, numbers. Count equals len, numbers. Print, f total, total, count, count, debugging line. Return total/count. Print, calculate underscore average, 10, 20, 30, expected, 20. Print, calculate underscore average, this will raise a 0 division error. C. Using a debugger. Most modern IDEs come with built-in debuggers that allow you to set breakpoints, step through code, and inspect variables. Breakpoints, stop execution at a certain line. Step over, execute the next line of code. Step into, dive into the function calls to see what's happening inside. For example, in Python, you can use the built-in PDB module. Python. Import PDB. Def buggy underscore function. A equals 10. B equals 0. PDB.set underscore trace, execution will pause here for debugging. Return a/b. Buggy underscore function, start debugging. D. Rubber duck debugging. Explaining your code or the problem to someone, or even an inanimate object like a rubber duck, can help you see the issue more clearly. This forces you to slow down and think critically about what you're doing. 4 Best practices. Write tests. Unit tests can help catch bugs early and ensure that changes don't introduce new errors. Use version control. Tools like Git allow you to track changes and revert to previous versions if a bug is introduced. Keep code simple. Write clear and simple code to reduce complexity and potential errors. Refactor regularly. Regularly improve and clean up your code to make it easier to debug in the future. Stay organized. Comment your code and organize it logically to make it easier to navigate. 5 Example debugging session. Let's put some of these techniques into practice. Consider the following code that is supposed to calculate the factorial of a number. Python. Def factorial, n. If n 0. Return error, negative input. If n equals 0. Return 1. Else. Return n asterisk factorial, n1. Print, factorial, 5, expected, 120. Print, factorial, -1, expected, error message. Print, factorial, 0, expected, 1. Debugging process asterisk. 1. Run the code, check if it runs correctly. 2. Check edge cases, the function should return an error message for negative inputs. 3. Add print statements. Python. Def factorial, n. Print, f calculating factorial of n, debugging line. If n 0. Return error, negative input. If n equals 0. Return 1. Else. Return n asterisk factorial, n1. 4. Use a debugger, set breakpoints to see how the recursive calls are handled. Conclusion. Debugging is an essential part of programming that requires a systematic approach to identify and fix issues. By understanding common types of bugs, utilizing various debugging techniques, and following best practices, you can improve your debugging skills and write more reliable code. Debugging might seem tedious at times, but developing this skill will significantly enhance your programming abilities.